Hi, I'm Neil Sackmary.
Hi, I'm State Trooper Sean Hagstrom with the Nevada State Police Highway Patrol Division, PEIO. Please stay tuned for the next episode of Trooper Talk.
And together, we can make a difference. Here we are live at the 360 Vegas studios with this edition of Trooper Talk. You ready? Please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Hi, my name is Officer Kemmer with Nevada Parole and Probation.
Officer.
Officer.
Right. And you, sir, are?
Yeah, I'm State Trooper Sean Hagstrom, and I'm with Public Affairs for the Nevada Highway Patrol.
And you, sir?
I'm Trooper Villanueva with Nevada State Police. I am the sworn recruiter for Southern Command or Region 1.
So, thank you very much for being here. I have so many things to talk about. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I got a chance to meet his family, which was fantastic. Did you know his wife and his mom, both you? I'm sure you know that.
I do, yes.
It's fantastic. We love to embarrass, right? Because it shows what Nevada State Police is about. It's really, really important. You know what I mean? And then I was hanging out with a captain of Nevada State Police, and he was telling me stories about you with your dog. Because he saw the picture of you in my store with the dog that you had, and he was telling me what a giant he was.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was like massive. You know what I'm saying? And how he jumped a wall. So I have a lot of funny things, but the coolest thing was that you came this morning.
Oh, lovely.
Right? And that when we were getting in here this morning, we saw you pull in. Right? And so you pulled in, and, you know, I looked over because it looked like a government car, right? And I was like, oh, okay, you know. And so I told everybody that was here, I was like, oh, look, they're here for you. You know what I mean? I was making a joke. But the cool thing was that when I was walking over to the studio, I looked in, and you have a cage, right? And that vehicle that you have is not only your office, but like it has all the things that they have in all the other vehicles, except yours is white. How many times people blow past you at 120 miles an hour because they think you're in a white car?
More often than you would probably think.
Right. And so one of the things that we like to talk about on Nevada State Police, Trooper Talk, is about going inside the life of the Nevada State Police. So we want to know about you. We want to know why it is that you're here, all these type of things. And then one of the things that we always like to talk about, Trooper Wellman, when she was the PIO, we always like to talk about the women of Nevada State Police because they do wonderful things. So let's start off with who you are, how long you've been with Nevada State Police, and why it is that you're here today.
Okay. I've actually been working for the state for a little over a year, so my process was a little different than some people because I did my testing process and got hired pretty early on, but I was waiting for the academy to start. So they actually gave me an opportunity to work in the parole and probation office doing administrative work until the academy started, which I think was a great opportunity for me now that I'm in field training. Kind of put me a little bit ahead of the game, which I'm very grateful for. So I did that for 6 months before my academy started. And then the basic academy was 6 months. Then there was the advanced academy, that was about 2 months. And then now I'm halfway through the field training process.
And what is it like when they start screaming at you in the academy?
It wasn't as scary as I initially thought it was going to be.
Good.
And I don't have like a military background. It's not something I've ever experienced before, but it's definitely like bone chilling, kind of intimidating, but I wouldn't say it was scary.
And you carry a firearm.
I do.
So how does that make you feel, and like in the sense that you're doing what you're doing, and you're a woman and you work for Nevada State Police doing that?
It carries a lot of weight and responsibility. You know, the weapons that we carry, firearm, tasers, things like that, those are all things that can hurt and possibly take a life. So it carries a lot of responsibility and weight on my shoulders, but I'm very grateful and happy to carry that weight and do this job for the people that can't or don't want to.
We need Nevada's finest. We need all the finest from people maybe that want to come on a lateral move, or you know what I mean, all these type of things. But it's very, very important. And to put on that badge does take an inherent responsibility. And so we talk about that, like even in her vest, there's not a string out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you look at the way that everything is there, and it's like everything is exactly straight, and you know what I mean? Like if you went and a commander or something came up to you and said, "I want to do a physical inspection right now," you'd be like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like everything is in order, right?
Right.
And that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, that's absolutely what we're looking for. Officer Kemmer mentioned it, that it wasn't scary day one of the academy, and that's honestly what we're looking for, because we don't need you to go out and be scared, right? It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to not understand what's actually going on, because we're going to teach you how to be safe and go out and do the jobs and duties and functions of a state trooper and a state officer. But absolutely, we are looking for Nevada's finest men, women, unexperienced, or if you do have experience, to come over as lateral. Like she stated, we have the program, the pre-cadet hire program, where if you do get hired on prior to your academy date, we'll bring you on to work in the office, at the parole and probation office, highway patrol office. You can do administrative functions, you can do garage work, you can put our vehicles together to kind of understand the technologies that go behind all the vehicles. It's just a good opportunity to get yourself set up for when you graduate the academy. That way you understand the job a little bit better. You can start practicing and studying your 10 codes or your radio codes. Just getting to know the officers and troopers that you're going to be working with once you're out of the academy. So we have a lot of good benefits and a lot of good opportunities to come in and do some good with us.
You were talking before, and we were talking as soon as we went on the internet. I said, no talking, right? I said, we have to get us all on camera, right? All right, so tell us, you met Trooper Hagstrom. I want to hear all about this.
Only once prior, while I was in the academy. So the way that it works is they break us up into squads, and then each squad is 5-6 people, depending on the size of your academy, and then you each report to one corporal. We all competed in an array of different exercises, like a relay race, javelin throw, things like that. And my squad won, so we got taken out to lunch by our corporals, and that's where I met Trooper Hagstrom, because he came to the lunch with us.
What we do on Troopers Talk, Trooper Hagstrom tries to get as many different people from as many different places as we possibly can, because our goal is to get more troopers and officers to want to join and see what the situation is. Mm-hmm. And so that's why it's so important, and so that's why we're so glad that you're here.
Thank you.
Now, tell us what you did prior to wanting to start the process for Nevada State Police. Talk to us about what you did prior to that.
So I've had a couple interesting jobs before I did this. So immediately before, I was a security investigator for Resorts World. So looking into missing property, crimes that happen on their property, doing surveillance coverage, writing reports, filing police reports, things like that. And then right before that, I was doing risk management and safety for a couple different places, handling liability, claims, workers' comp, things like that.
And so now you work for parole and probation.
I do, yes.
And so you have to go out to people's houses and visit with them. And sometimes it's not in the greatest environment. And sometimes you have to make hard decisions that can affect someone's life and therefore their livelihood. Talk to us about how you deal with some of those things.
It's a lot of responsibility to have. At the end of the day, for me, choosing this job, from what I've learned, is a lot of people that commit crimes are repeat offenders. So crimes aren't just happening one-offs by people. It's people who are consistently getting into trouble. And so for me, going into parole and probation, it seemed like the most obvious place to make a difference, because the focus is supposed to be rehabilitation and going back into the community, becoming a more productive, better member of society when you're done, and hopefully you won't get in trouble again.
Maybe you've not had opportunities in a positive way, and so one of the things of parole and probation, which you did, and now you're a trooper, is the fact of knowing both sides. And you've always expressed the fact of how you appreciated that, just like she did, because it makes you a better trooper.
Right.
And so,
I think it's made me a better trooper because it's given me a better appreciation for people in general. She's absolutely right. Not every single person that's on probation is a horrible person, right? You made a mistake. You're on probation. You just need some rehabilitation. A lot of these people haven't had the opportunity to go out and do good things. A lot of people don't have guidance. They don't have the resources to go out and better themselves. So parole and probation is a great opportunity for them if they have committed a crime, obviously, and are placed on supervision. Parole and probation offers everything from bus tickets to counseling to job fairs and job searches. They do everything. They're essentially a one-stop shop where whatever it is that they need, if they need benefits from the state, we have connections to where we can help them out. People just need help. That's all it really is, especially in the times that we're in now. It's not cheap, obviously. And parole and probation does a really good job of rehabilitating these offenders and the people that are on their caseloads. But working that aspect of it and transferring over to highway has given me a better appreciation for people and understanding that, hey, you might have messed up today, but that doesn't make you a bad person. Like, I understand you had something going on today, and this is just making it 10 times worse. I'm not here to make it worse. I just have a job to do, and I just have to react to what's in front of me.
well, thank you very much. So this is the final thing. Now we're just going to look at that camera, and then we're going to wave, and then we're going to wait for Johnny to say good, and then completely over. You ready?
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3. See you later.
Bye, guys.